guys, welcome back to another video. This is Derek from Certified Legacy, and today I will be talking about my personal thoughts on the final release of iOS 26. I know this isn't more of like a legacy type video, but I kind of wanted to make my what I thought about it. Because I'm going to eventually probably get an iPhone 17 because my 12 Pro Max is getting slow. And for I make my thumbnails on my phone, so I need something faster. And I'm just going to be going over how it feels on older devices, since my phone is about 5 years old now and it has a severely degraded battery. So I'm going to be talking about what they can do to fix some of the many bugs that have launched with this, and how they can adjust the design for it to look better. And I'm just going to be going over through every single new thing. So the first thing that I did like about iOS 26, and is very controversial and is also the main big thing of this new iOS version, which is the design. And Apple claims this is a full-on redesign, but in reality, it's just, they take the flat design we already had, and they put a glass layer over it. And everything just kind of has layers now. It's just flat design with floating glossy elements, which is, I mean, it does kind of look cool. It's a lot better than whatever slop we had before. But, I mean, they could have done better. In my opinion, they could have gone full on depthy 3D-ish, glossiest, I don't know what I'm saying, but it could have not been skeuomorphic, because they are not going for a skeuomorphic look, because that would be old looking Apple and that wouldn't be up with the times, which, I mean, they could have done that, but I feel like it would have been, I mean, what I'm saying is, I feel like they should have just went full skeuomorphic and just brought it back in like some sort of newish lookish type thing, instead of just putting flat design with a glass layer over it. I feel like they should have done that, but they didn't, and mainly because they wanted everything. The whole reason, like they say, like full-on redesign is, but at the same time they're saying that this new iOS version looks similar to the last one and is instantly familiar, is what they said. I think I'll probably pull up a clip and add it in here.
Our goal is a beautiful new design that brings joy and delight to every user experience, one that's more personal and puts greater focus on your content, all while still feeling instantly familiar.
But yeah, and I feel like they could have done more. And if you compare iOS 7 to iOS 6 for example, iOS 7 just looked completely different. Like, there was no bits of iOS 6 left in there, and you compare to iOS 26 to iOS 18, it just looks like iOS 26 just looks like 18 with depth and glass effects on top of it. So I mean, it's nothing crazy. I mean, if I could give the design a rating, I'd probably rate it like a 6 or a 7. 6, 7. Now let's get on to the other things about iOS 26 that I have problems with specifically. And I know it is 26.0. It's a new redesign. iOS 7 was like this when it launched. It's unbelievably buggy and unoptimized. I have seen it on a 16 Pro Max, I believe, because my mom has a 16 Pro Max, and it seems a lot smoother on newer phones, which is good. But on my 12 Pro Max, man, it is struggling. Like, with all the new bouncy effects and everything, like the bouncy, glossy, bubbly effects that they added, it's a lot. It's very slow and choppy, and it doesn't help that it has the 60 hertz display on here. So yeah, it is very choppy. There are also a bunch of tinier, minor bugs and that need to be fixed. And there's still that one bug, that one contrast bug that'll happen from time to time, where your liquid glass effect will just have the high contrast mode on, and it gives you like those white borders, and it just looks ugly, and you can't turn it off even if you turn off the high contrast and reduce transparency and everything. And I've seen that issue a lot, and I had it happen on my iPhone 11 during the beta, but it appears to still be happening on the final release, which is the main problem with this whole entire release. Is all of the problems we had in the beta are still here. They didn't bother to fix it. And same thing, like when they just completely nerfed the liquid glass effect pretty much everywhere compared to how it was in beta 1, probably for optimization purposes, but it still looks kind of terrible, and I don't think it'd be making a difference. Like, everything just looks more milkier and less clear. Like, if you compare the control center from iOS 26 beta 1 to how it looks in the final release, it is a lot like more blurry, and it kind of just looks like 18 with a little bit of glassy effect on top of it, and that's just another problem. And they don't bother to like give you like a transparency slider like how we had it in like Windows 7 to Vista, and it would have made a lot more sense because you can tone it down. You don't even have to turn on that reduced transparency thing, and you can just choose what you want basically. So yeah, that's something that they should probably change and allow you to do. And because for people that want no glass, they can just turn it all the way down towards the frosted section. I think somebody made a concept for this already, but yeah, I feel like they could have done that, and they still can do that, and that would solve a lot of the readability problems for people that can't read without having them to completely remove the glass effect with the reduced transparency and high contrast option. So yeah, I feel like they should add that. And another thing that they could add if they don't want to do that is, I'm just taking a lot of this stuff from like how they had it in Windows 7 and Vista because it makes a lot more sense. Like, if you looked at like some of the text on like the window bars, like I might pull it up here. I can't show you, but I'm just trying to find, like, give myself an example. I can't give you a clear example, and I'm too lazy to go out and pull up a screen recording because I don't feel like doing that, but I'll probably put some examples on screen. With Aero Glass on Windows 7 and Vista, you had this like little, around the text, because that is mainly the whole readability problem, it has to do with the glass effect, had this little bit of frost around where the text pops up on your window and the window bar, and it would just be a lot more readable. And that's how they should handle liquid glass for literally everything. They should add a little bit of frost around the text for everything, and they can just tone up they can tone down all of the blurring and all of the murkiness and the glass effect, and it would look a lot better. And that is not even going with the other tons of optimization issues that this thing launched with. And my overall rating of iOS 26 is, the liquid okay, I was joking here. The liquid glass looks kind of good, but I feel like they could fix it up in some spots. And I do like the new depthy icons, but that's another thing before I close out the video. A lot of these icons look all blurry and low resolution, and I feel like they should tone up the resolution on these icons. It's probably for optimization, but it kind of looks terrible, and you can't see the depth very well. Especially in the dark mode icons, it just looks horrendous. So I feel like they should turn up the resolution on these icons, because to be completely honest, it just looks like, because I know they're going for like a depthier, glossier theme, I don't know. But like, if you compare this to like iOS 6 or like iOS 5 with the Retina displays, all of these icons looked highly resolution, and they were all glossy and depthy. And I feel like they should just turn up all of the resolution on, because it just looks terrible and it looks like grainy. Like, I was scrolling on, I forget what subreddit it was. It was either like iOS or Apple or something like that, and people are complaining about this, and I feel like it should be talked about more, because there's some dude to the point where it was like, oh, I thought Apple was going for a grainy look on the icons, and it's like, come on, Apple, you can do better. You don't need people thinking that you're going for a grainy look on your glassy icons. But anyway, that's just kind of scratching the surface. Those are the main things that I saw personally, like the optimization issues, liquid glass, and whatever. I would probably rate this like a with the state it's in currently, like a good 5 or 6 out of 10. The design looks kind of good. I feel like they could have done better with it though. And yeah, that's just my overall thoughts on iOS 26. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and turn on that notification bell so you're notified when I come out with brand new videos. I promise you I will have a iPad 3 repair video, which will probably be one of my longest videos ever made, coming out soon. I've been working on this thing since the beginning of December, struggling to find the right parts for it, and I almost got it working because I was replacing the battery originally because the battery was swollen, and I'm kind of spoiling the video for you, but I don't really care. And the first battery I got ended up not working, so I had to get a second battery, and that second battery worked, and I just got new screen and everything because the screen on that thing friggin' sucked, and I got the wrong digitizer, and the digitizer did not have the home button cable, so the home button did not work, of course, but everything else worked. So now I gotta find a home button cable. Not home button cable, a brand new digitizer, and return the other one. But anyway, yeah, enough yapping. This has been Derek from Certified Legacy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.